because anatomy, in my opinion, gives you volume. It makes like your characters feel like they're in a like a 3D space. It helps break that illusion. But there are some artists that I know who are not necessarily technically efficient, but they can animate movement really, really well. And it's because they have that like they have the right visual shape language, right, in their rhythms that make it feel like it's moving. And they like they'll have a general idea of, not general idea, but they'll have a clear direction that they want the character to be moving in, and they make sure that there's a lot of things that like connect to it, that line up to it. um so like for example, I was gonna work on a new drawing, but let me see if I can adapt what I'm talking about here. um and I'm gonna just lower the opacity of this. Actually, fuck it, let's keep that there. All right, so let's say my general idea for this guy that I just went lower opacity on is, technically I want momentum going here. Like I want the energy to like go here. And I kind of want it to like actually curve here. So there's a lot of things that I kind of have to do to really get that feeling, right? Oh, Gerald Benton, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So all of a sudden, my subs work for alerts, but my follows do not. Me and Streamlabs, man, we're gonna have to get into it. Um. Anyway, yeah. So this is like my general idea is like the movement here. Um. And I'm gonna keep that in mind. So like some artists will do, like I'm doing this arm. Some artists will do the body. Let's say like he's throwing his arm down, and he's like, I don't know, throwing it down so hard that his leg needs to kick out. Then the gesture might be this way. So for now, I'm gonna make it easy on myself and do it this way. I really don't need that background, so I'm gonna pull it down a little bit more. All right, bet. You're busy. Charles, thanks for joining us, man. I see you have art in your name. Um, I love when artists kind of draw along, so if you're interested in drawing along, that'll be dope. 5 days, yes, sir. So, couple things. This character is wearing a sweater, and in my mind, I want them moving so quick that we're gonna see a lot of that movement in the sweater. So the body direction is gonna go this way, and his clothing is actually, the body direction is gonna go this way. That's how I want the momentum. And his clothing direction is actually gonna be left behind, so it's actually gonna be over here. And I'm actually gonna almost give it like torque. So you know what I'm saying? Like he almost left his hoodie. The rest of his body moving that way. You can see how like once you develop a direction, you just start flowing lines in that direction, right? You start getting things over there, and then you'll start to see, like, really feel that, get into that motion of your character. All right, let's put this back again. Okay. For those of you who are new to me, I draw anatomy under all my clothing because I'm not that good to just go straight up. It doesn't turn out as well, So I advise you, if you feel that way, just do the extra work. The work will come out better for it. So motion, we want to probably have his shoulder down a little bit. If he's dropping his elbow down, I want to have the elbow come like this. I'm trying to do things that like keep the points where it hits aligned with this line. In anatomy, we talked about volume. Wrapping this way. I'm gonna make the hand come closer to us. Now, with anatomy, you know that there's like a muscle that's here. That doesn't necessarily, I mean, look, it will help you with your gestures because if you know where low points on the anatomy are, you can basically use that to like connect your gesture. But like here, this is just strictly for volume, knowing that there's going to be an overlap here because of the muscle in the forearm. And now, again, motion. Making sure that I'm going to accentuate that down. Right? So even though these are like, you know, technically this looks more like a lump, these lumps are still following, you know, this particular path. So you'll see that, like, I'll keep, you know, checking myself and the gesture at the same time, like, to make sure I'm still on that path. Now that's a very harsh, like, torque. Torque? Yeah. So what I might do is almost like it'll drop this elbow down to balance himself, maybe put his arm out. Maybe his knees up. I don't feel like that's hitting his arm. I don't mind the movement. His hips are a little jacked up. Just feel like it needs to be like go this way. Yeah. Following that line again. The moment I wasn't and started coming out here, it's when I start feeling weird. And I'm not even really thinking about anatomy here. I'm literally just trying to get that movement stronger. But now it's coming this way. That actually looks and feels good. Yeah, if you're watching me on IG, hop over to Twitch. Actually see what I'm working on. If you got questions, drop questions in there. Now what if I got rid of this leg and did it this way? No, doesn't work. I'm going this way. But do both the legs together. Nope. Yeah. It almost feels like he struck down. See, I'm doing all this anatomy and then none of this shit is gonna, not really gonna see a good majority of it. I think it also just makes me feel comfortable. It's my comfort anatomy. This isn't bad. I'm not mad at it. I think these, in actuality, though, this dude has to be smaller. It's supposed to be like, I think they're supposed to be smaller than this guy. I'm gonna end up making him swole anyway, so. Alright, let's try this one more time. Not really getting paid to iterate, but I think I might be on to potentially learning something else here myself. If what am I trying? What am I thinking of in my head right now? I'm gonna get that down on paper. I like that anatomy better. Like the weight is not there. Move that up like that. What if now? Again, duplicate. What if I move this head over? I like that. I think he wanted it more dead on, but I just feel like that looks